Now, I feel like that's cleared now, right? Now, there's another way to clear karma, right? And I said clear karma. Maybe I need to talk about that too. There's another way to, There's another way to actually create karma for yourself. And it's by feeling guilty, right? You can logically, how do I do that? No. Oh, shit. Yeah, thank you very much. How would I go this way? Where the fuck would I? Oh. That's why I went this way. I mean, it's still going, I still gotta, whatever, I don't care. Alright, you could create karma by feeling guilty about shit. You can quite literally create karma just by feeling guilty about shit. Like, you thinking logically, oh, you did this, or da-da-da-da-da, and if you sit down and feel with it, you'll feel like there's a way bigger thing here, and that you don't need to feel that way, and da-da-da-da-da. And that's another thing I learned. Like, I used to feel, I'm not gonna say the word, I used to feel a certain word, like, with a girl, because we used to engage in certain things, and I looked at it and I'm like, you know what, I actually never forced this person to do anything. This was a literal conscious thing that both of us were engaging in. I didn't sit here and say, either you do this or I'm gonna leave you alone, or da 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 da. I would quite literally tell her straight up, like, this is, what this is, like, right? It's like if you had a girlfriend and you was horny. The fuck? No, nigga, it was 1,000% serious. At no time did I force you to do anything. Now, I feel like the part that made me feel that way was it because it was like, I don't plan on marrying you. I don't plan on being with you. I don't plan on anything. So on some level, it still felt like, it just felt wrong on some level. And I could never like truly pinpoint what that level was. But I used to hold that. I held that somewhere and like, damn. And I used to be like, damn, nigga, she was doing that shit her fucking self, right? The only person that was holding that pain in the heart was me, because I was forcing myself. I wasn't looking at her like she a grown-ass adult that has the conscious ability to choose her own decisions and things. All right, so I guess this is the exit. She a grown-ass adult. I ain't force her to do shit, nigga. Will I say that we needed to be, that we shouldn't have been engaging in that shit? Absolutely. I still to this day say that. No, because we never had any intention on being together, and that's how you're really supposed to do it. I think it's safe to do whatever you want sexually, as long as this is like someone you're actually in love with. You want the best for each other, and don't get me wrong, we still want the best for each other, but we wasn't in love with each other, right? At least I wasn't in love with her, right? I don't know what her thing is. Women tend to be on some other shit. They want you to say how you feel first. Man, a woman ever come along and she say she love me first and it all resonate, nigga, I'm all for it. The fuck? Right? So yeah, it was like I had been holding this in my heart, and it's like I don't need to do that at all. I don't need to hold this shit in my heart for what? Right? So basically what I'm saying is it could be your own creation. Right? Now I'm looking at, to clear this, right? You basically gotta be on like it's almost like forgiving yourself. Like you gotta sit with the feeling and forgive yourself and acknowledge the feeling for it to go away. Like, oh, I see it. Like, created this myself, this feeling of guilt. Or you just sit with it. Sometimes you just sit with it and don't put anything on it, and it'll just reveal itself to you. Like, just feel it. Right? So even as I just sat with it now, because that was actually something I still needed to clear out, I could feel it. I'm seeing it. I could, like, me feeling bad because I'm like, we're engaging in this, and like, I don't love you like that. Like, I don't see you as my wife. So like, this kind of like is hurting my heart because I'm seeing you in this position, and I shouldn't see you in this position because I don't love you like that. I think a big part of it is feeling like you're manipulating women, right? That to me is the part that bothers me. Is like, it feels like I'm manipulating women, which is not something that sits right with me, right? It just doesn't. It doesn't sit right with my heart, because it does, on some level, feel like manipulation, right? But it's also something that's like, I feel, and I know what it feels like. It's basically on some, if you're going to activate like a woman's heart, like through this, then you need to be with her. You need to take responsibility and be with her. And it's funny because that's something she said to me. I have to speak on this because I have to clear it out. It's something she said to me when we first like decided to like have sex. She was basically on some like, whatever happens, you know, take responsibility. Like, I want you to take responsibility. And what I heard was like, you know, like, you take all the everything. Like, it's your fault. Whatever happens is gonna be your fault. And it kind of threw me back, because I was like, you a grown ass fucking adult. What the fuck you talking about? It's both of us, nigga. Right? But now I'm seeing it in a more of a way of like, and this might not even be what she meant, right? It might not even been her time. It might have been her spirit. It might have been her soul. It might have been whatever. But on some like, if I fall in love with you because of this, because of what we're doing, like, take responsibility. Like, be a man and like accept that, right? You doing this with me, accept that. Accept that I'm going to fall in love with you, and that it's because you're deciding to act on this with me, right? That's the kind of energy that I felt in my heart. And what I felt in my heart, is that Iron Man? What I felt in my heart was more so that I'm not taking that responsibility. I'm engaging in this with you, but I'm not taking that responsibility of, if you fall in love or you catch feelings, I don't give a fuck, right? It wasn't even also I don't give a fuck, but it's like, I'm not on that type of timing, right? That's not my concern. That's not where I'm looking for. It's not, you know, that to me is what made it feel wrong in my heart, because it blocked me off from looking at things that I should have been looking at. Right? So sometimes she'll never admit this, but there is a part of me that always felt like she did low-key love me, or was in love with me, or liked me on some level. Because I used to say shit like let's be in a relationship for a week and see how it goes. And she would be like, all right, right? But I think also she was aware that I couldn't handle it. She knew me. I'm very sensitive, so it doesn't sound like how it seems. I was very sensitive, and I've been afraid of love because the one person I was close to when I was a kid died around my birthday. And it was the only person that seemed to spend time with me and understand me, so I've struggled with love. Whenever it gets too serious or feels too real, I would go on like a motherfucker, right? So that to me is what it felt like. It felt like on some level she did feel that way. And if I were to like take the first foot forward and be like, let's do this and let's hold hands and let's kiss and let's be, boyfriend and girlfriend, she would at least attempt it. I don't think it would stay because we were two different ethnicities, but I think she would at least attempt it or go along with it. And the fact that you're willing to go along with it tells me a lot, right? Because I feel like a girl that's not rocking with you like that is gonna be like, no, nigga, like what the fuck is wrong with you? So and what I'm feeling right now is the only karma with that I needed to clear was the fact that I needed to forgive myself, right? I needed to forgive myself in engaging in that and doing that. That's it. Sometimes you can be creating your own karma by holding a belief because you think logically this was wrong or da-da-da-da-da. No, you learn something. You learn you're not supposed to do that. If you're gonna have sex with a woman, you're gonna activate her heart, you're gonna do all this, then you need to marry her and actually take responsibility. And that doesn't mean, take responsibility. She gonna take responsibility too, because, it's both of y'all, but you still gotta do that responsibility of like, all right, this is gonna be my family, this is gonna be the person I'm gonna be with, kind of thing. Choose wisely. So, yeah. Anyone who can actually sense can probably sense right now, like I'm literally clearing my heart out. This is what I mean by I have the power to do this for others, or to at least guide you through it so you can clear yourself out and get away from whatever bullshit you've been around with. I need to eat, dog. I'm hungry as fuck. About this is nature helps you with this. Being around a bunch of trees, which as you can see right now, this is an endless amount of trees. Going to the ocean, tapping in with nature, communicating with nature helps you do this. It will literally I was depressed and contemplating suicide. Mind you, my birthday was last week. This week, I'm literally feeling like the greatest man on earth. So, there's always better days ahead. Watch a movie. Go watch a funny movie. Go watch, like, a lot of times it happens to me, my intuition will have me watch certain things on Netflix or certain shows because it'll resonate with me in a certain feelings and intuitive nudges and all types of different things. That happens to me a lot. Like, a lot. So, yeah. So I do that a lot. The best thing I can say is just keep moving forward. Keep moving forward, knowing that there's positivity around you. And sometimes you can just create positivity. Just draw yourself, right? Even if you got to do a stick figure, just write me above it. Write your name above it. And just draw that motherfucker in sunshine and happiness and good energy. And you will start to see that come into your reality. Now you got to start following that, right? You got to start stepping into that, right? Because it's a flow. It's a flow you got to step into. You step into that and the flow becomes stronger and stronger. And the next thing you know, it outweighs what you were in before. And then this is where you really have to keep making it stronger and stronger. And you have to know you cannot go back under any circumstance. Don't go back. Unless your intuition is showing you something, don't go back, right? And ask for clarity. Ask for clarity from your ancestors, your higher self, everything. Don't go back. Whatever you focus on grows. Focus on whatever you just created, and the flow is showing you. Focus on the flow. Simple, nigga. I'm telling you, I really could heal. I could heal anybody on a spiritual level. That's open to it. That's open to it. You gotta be open to it. It means you're gonna hear the information, you're gonna listen to it, and you're gonna use it. You're gonna do it. If I could speak on the sign that I am seeing right now, I would. Right. So I have this ability, right? I have this gift to. Did I speak on this? Whatever. I gotta speak on it again. I have this gift and ability to sense if someone is on their path in life. It's a gift of mine, and it lets me know if you're in tune with your soul or not. If not, it'll ring off. Now, I'm letting you know right now. Oh, I can't even say that. Alright, let that be. Good. Alright, that's fire. Fresh to me, Jack, that ball name wasn't aggressive. So is there anything else I need to do, or am I chilling tins? I still gotta talk. Hey, yo. You know why? Because the universe is. Look how much stuff I'm talking about. The universe is giving me a lot, and I need to do stuff with it, right? So I'm really just putting it on my channel. It's really that simple. So. Really interesting. Nice. Okay. Time. All right. All right. So can a nigga get some food though? I'm hungry. So, what else is there for me to talk about? hate. Wow, this is what he was doing. Yo, this is what he was doing. That's fire. That's fire. Let go of all hate. There's no reason to hate anybody. And hate doesn't do anything for you. Hate is a sickness. Don't hate anybody. It's not natural to us as people to hate anything or anyone. It's not. You just have to look at shit for what it is. Any person that's made you feel that way, understand that person is probably sick. It is better to see that person that they're sick or they have problems than to hate them. I don't hate nobody. I don't hate nobody. I don't hate white people. I don't hate people that have done me wrong. I don't hate none of these people. I look at them as my higher self brought these people to my life to teach me something. To teach me how to overcome hate. To teach me how to love deeper. To teach me how to have more patience. To teach me how to tap in with earth energy so I have the grounding and rootedness so that this doesn't affect me and phase me. You gotta look for the lesson in everything. That's the best way to not go into none of that shit. Look for the lesson. Right? When all that stuff happened, I eventually was like, oh, let me look at the lesson. My higher self allowed this. Let me look at the lesson. And when I did that, the lesson appeared and it showed itself. Oh, my higher self allowed this because it wanted me to leave. Oh, snap. My higher self allowed this so that I would look back on this and know, oh, I see. Now I wasn't cleared out in this moment. And that's why this was so easily able to do this. But now that I'm clear, I can hold back like, I don't have to be overtaken by this. Oh, my higher self allowed this so that I would leave this environment. I wasn't supposed to be here. There's always a reason. Always. So, that's the watching. So, wow, I feel really, really good. Real question is, where am I headed right now? Fresh to be exact, that ball, man, was impressive. Alright, now I'm going to speak on something that came to me yesterday afternoon. If you're a guy, I guess, I don't know how this would work for girls, but it probably also seemed like they cared and they like consciously would do certain things for me. In my glory. It wasn't putting me as like, oh, he a man, he could get this done. It was always something that like pushing me like a step lower. Like it was weird. You have to get away from everyone that gives off that type of energy. If these people are not willing to look at you as the genius, amazing, blazing star that carries rainbow and sun energy that you are, get the fuck away from them. I don't care who it is, get away from them. Because on some level, they're doubting you. Why are they doubting you? Because they doubt themselves, because they don't know how to be in tune with that energy themselves. Their self. That's all it is. That is all it is. Right? This is spiritual shit, nigga. It don't have... That is spiritual shit. It's like soul shit. There's nothing you can get around that. It's consciousness shit. There's nothing you can do to get around that. That it just is what it is. My nose is going wild right now. Is this allergies? Like, what is this? So, yeah. Right? Like this, the girl I was talking about said to me once, like, I was telling her, like, I might go into the world, and she off-rip was saying, oh, that's probably going to be difficult for you. Get away from anybody that's like that. If they off-rip, like, all right, that's, if they not off-rip, like, that's fire, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, go ahead, like, I hope that work, or like, you know, how you gonna do that, or I don't know, just something positive, right? Something positive, like, let's go, like, you got this type shit. Get away from it. If they ain't on that, get away from it. Sip. So, what else is there? Is that it? Every nigga is a star. Every nigga. Damn. Now, this shit kind of want me to go deep. And I can tell you right now, it feels like a test, right? And I'm going to throw this out there. When you start living this way, right, being in tune yourself, the universe is going to test you. It's going to see if you're serious. And like I just think you better pay attention to the damn lines. And like I already said, it's always more than a test. It's not just a test. It's a test. It's a review. It's to show you where you at. It's a whole bunch of other shit. The universe is actually testing me right now to see if I'm serious. And I'm going to show you right now how serious I am. I'm going to open up with one of the things that I had, one of my skeletons in the closet. When I was a kid, I stumbled across, like, porn, right? And this is going to be a deep one. It is what it is. I don't give a fuck. I stumbled across porn, right? And, you know, obviously any boy that stumbles across porn when they're a kid, they get addicted. Very, very much addicted. Now, I'm a child. Okay, that's the question I have. Do I just free flow this, or is there like a certain thing I gotta do? Because this is a very, very complex thing, and I don't want to just say it like, oh yeah, that's how it happened. No, it's very, very complex. So let me just ask my intuition real quick. A little bit of both, a little bit of free flow, a little bit of complexity. All right. So I gotta jump real quick. I'm gonna jump back to this. When I was a kid, I was basically retarded. I don't give a fuck about what anyone says. I don't care what my parents say. They swept it under the rug. Also note, this is the importance of being able to speak your truth. And this is the importance of facing your deepest, darkest things. Because you can look in the Bible, and the Bible says there's forgiveness for everyone. All you have to do is repent. Now, that's one thing some people will look at, oh, I'm going to repent, and I'm going to ask God for forgiveness. And no. Become slaves, and they're all doing this shit with our consciousness. They're doing a lot of shit to us. Why is porn not blocked? When you understand what porn does to you on a soulful level, it actually destroys you and eats you like a demon. Right? But whatever. I was a retarded child. And really what I'm saying is my nervous system was very heavily impacted by many things. Growing up, I had to deal with a disease called sickle cell. Right? Not only that, I had a lot of neurological disorders that me looking back as an adult, I can clearly say this child either had autism or had Asperger's. Clearly, I had a lot of neurological symptoms when it came to seeing, feeling, hearing, smell, touch. I had a lot of issues with these things. I still have some issues with them now where I have to like, it's called stimming. I stim to like calm down. Bro, it was so bad. Alright, I'm not supposed to be on that. Alright, right? So I had these issues as a child and I didn't know how to deal with it. Not only that, I don't think people understand the severity of sickle cell. When I was a kid, I used to be an unfathomable, there's no pain, regular level pain. I have fallen, I've literally hit the ground, my head has hit the ground, all type of shit. I've been in car accidents, all type of shit, nigga. I've been in one car accident, but it was actually really bad, but whatever. There is nothing that compares to the pain of sickle cell. It's not even close. Nothing. There's nothing that compares to that shit, bro. Nothing, nigga. I've been punched in the chest. There's nothing that compares to the level of sickle cell. It's not even close. I was a child that had to go through insane levels of amount of pain for hours. For hours. My parents didn't take me to the hospital as a kid. I used to be sitting on the couch, sitting in a bed. I didn't have no one to go to. I didn't have no one to express this to. I had to do what my parents were doing. I had to sweep this shit under the rug and pretend that it didn't exist. That's what my parents were doing. Whether they were conscious of it or not, I don't give a fuck. That was the reality, and that's my truth. I know it. nigga, for sickle cell attacks. They had me in the bed eating soup and peanut butter jelly sandwiches. They was poison, nigga. You know how much, I can't even tell you how much Motrin I've taken, how much morphine I've taken, how much Tylenol I've taken, Toradol, all these type of drugs and shit, right? Along with all this autism retarded shit, right? That was my childhood. And I didn't get to like express this with my friends, like, oh, I had this. Oh, I wasn't able to be open about it. I was too afraid. I didn't know how to do it. My parents would say do it, and now I realize why I wouldn't do it, because it always felt like it was just on my shoulders. They weren't truly helping me with it. They didn't understand the shit. Right? So it always felt like it was just me. It was something I just had to burden alone, and I didn't know how to do that. And so I didn't do it. I just pretended it didn't exist, because that's what they were doing. They were pretending it didn't exist and that I would live normally like every other child. And that wasn't the case. I have pictures and videos. My mom, she used to piss me off with this shit. She used to take these pictures and videos when I would be in the hospital. I have tons of videos and pictures of me being in the hospital throughout my childhood. I still have them, and they're in my phone. Right? So, going back, I went through a lot of things. Now I'm going to go even deeper. I had what you would call pica. I didn't know I had pica, right? I was just a child that was severely malnourished because I wouldn't eat. My parents couldn't get me to eat, bro. I used to go days without eating, and people didn't notice. My parents didn't notice when I was a kid. I used to go days without eating. They were so tired from work, they didn't know. I used to go days without eating. How I'm alive, I have no idea. When I was a kid, I used to eat toilet paper, and I used to eat notebook paper, but I ate toilet paper more than notebook paper because I liked how the toilet paper made me feel, which is absolutely fucking insane, but it's true. You can ask anyone in my family. As a kid, I wouldn't eat food. The only thing I would eat was very plain foods. It had to be nothing on it. It had to be just rice. Chinese rice. That's all I would eat. Chinese rice. Chinese rice. I wouldn't eat none of it. Take the vegetables out. Sometimes you can have egg in it. I don't want no chicken, nothing. Just egg, rice. That's it. What is this another sign of? This is another sign of neurological issues, because my nervous system cannot handle the taste and the texture and the smell all at the same time. It's overwhelming. That's what it is. So I used to eat toilet paper as a fucking kid, bro. It gets fucking worse, right? I used to dip the toilet paper in the toilet and drink the toilet water. As a kid. Do you know why I was doing this? Because I had pica. I was so malnourished, bruh. That's what the fuck it was. I'm not hiding this shit no more, bruh. I don't give a fuck if I'm the only nigga that was doing that shit. I don't give a fuck, nigga. You don't know how traumatizing my childhood was. And here's what I mean by this. This is another reason I'm doing what I'm doing. I overcame all of this shit, nigga. From sitting in pain for hours to drinking toilet water. And nigga, this shit gets worse, dog. It gets fucking worse, bro. So that's like part of my story, right? That's part of my story. I overcame all this shit, bro. I didn't have no friends. Who can I text right now that's actually gonna respond and give me any time of day? The one person is that girl that I said, and I can't text her. My intuition is like, you have to stay away from her. That's the one person, bro. You know how hard that shit was? You know how hard sickle cell pain is? What? Nigga, what? Are you kidding me? Nigga, so yeah, I used to eat toilet paper. I used to fucking do all types of crazy shit when I was a kid, right? So going back to porn, I discovered porn. Obviously, I became obsessed with it. Fucking jacking off became a normal thing. Now, somehow, I came across like she-males and trannies and shit, right? And here's why I'm not afraid to speak this. Right? I'm not afraid to speak this because I studied myself so much these last 7 years that I understood everything. You think I knew all of this at the time? I knew about pica, neurological disorders, and autism, and not Down syndrome, but Asperger's syndrome, and intuition, and energy, and all this and the other. You know how deep this shit goes? Do you know that I was absorbing my father's energy, my parents' energy, the energy of my house, my sister's energy? I have had no real identity my entire life because of this. Because I haven't known what's what. And because I have an older sister, I've always looked to her to lead me through life. I've been doing this subconsciously since I was a child. So, like, it's when my sister left for college, I was subconsciously mad at her because she was no longer there to lead the way for me because I couldn't do it. No one was paying attention to my condition. And when I would try and talk about it, no one would listen. So, hold on, let me see how much gas I got. I'm out here just fucking driving and shit, right? And everyone's, making me be quiet with my story. No, fuck you. That's why this shit hasn't changed, because I haven't been open with it. Oh, this shit gets worse, right? So I come across, like, tranny and she-male porn. And my retarded ass is looking at this like, is that a, like a special, is that like a unicorn type of thing? Like, is that, like, I'm thinking like they were born that way, right? And a part of me is like, I don't know if that's a man or a woman or if that's like they're born like that. And so I started just using that shit too. I was like, fuck it, right? And then even when I found out later that, right, because there's another part of this, it's a lot of my childhood. I used to be afraid that I was gay, right? Because my father was very military. My father was a Marine, so everything was about toughness. But my father, who does everything through toughness, where he doesn't think, my father's a fire sign, right? Think about Avatar: The Last Airbender. The fire sign, Zuko don't be fucking thinking. He just do shit, right? And while that can be very powerful and nice, think about how many people you hurt when you operate that way. Do you know how often my father hurt me because he wouldn't listen to what I was saying? You pushing me through pain and shit. I'm telling you that. I remember one day my father was like, I was pushing you to make you stronger and stronger, but it wasn't through pain, right? And I stood back like, yo, I told you countless amount of times that I was in pain. And this is why I said, like, people seeing whatever they want to see. Like, you have your own programming that's not allowing you to see the world as it actually is, right? And that's his trauma. You had to be born with a son that had a condition that the doctors don't know shit, you don't know shit, and he going through the hospital in pain. I can only imagine what that did to him emotionally, physically. But again, I don't give a fuck, because I mean, like, I don't give a fuck in the sense, I'm not afraid to say this shit, bro. I used to be afraid for a long time. I don't give a fuck, nigga. This might help some other fucking weirdo trapped in that shit. I used to think I was gay as a kid because that's the type of environment I grew up. You said or did anything that showed softness, weakness, anything, and you was gay. You was a faggot. Nigga, that shit was so bad. And mind you, this is the neurological disorder, diseased kid drinking toilet bowl water, eating toilet paper, doing all type of stupid shit because he don't know no better because he's severely malnourished. The nigga hasn't eaten in who knows how long, right? Damn. I was trying to get to Walmart. I did not get to Walmart. Right? That's where this is coming from. Right? And where was I going from that? It used to be so bad. When I was in the shower and I dropped the soap, I used to be feeling gay to bend over and pick it up. I would literally try and like scoop down and pick it up. Right? But it's showing you like that's this retarded shit, nigga. Like, it's crazy, bruh. And all this is just me absorbing the energy of how everyone's operating. They're operating like this. Oh, pause, no homo, this, that, and the other. Nigga, you gay for even thinking like this. The fuck? I used to hate that shit, and I couldn't understand. You gotta also think, like, sickle cell's not just you have a pain episode. Sickle cell is, you're basically constantly in pain all the time. You just get used to it. And you learn how to operate through that pain. That's truly what it is. And then the crisis and attacks are where the pain elevates to a level that basically makes you unfunctionable. Nigga, have you ever had to be in pain for unfathomably for a month? You know what it felt like trying to take a shit? You haven't showered in weeks? And your family says, oh, you need to shower. And they so fucking stupid that they don't even know how to realize that you can't. That's what I'm realizing. That's why you gotta look at shit for what it is. These niggas is stupid. There's no other way around it. And I don't mean that maliciously. I just mean their intelligence capacity is low. They're just operating off of everyone's doing this, so I'm doing this. And they're just used to it. Like, when you're at a job, at first you gotta think to do shit, then you become a robot and you're automatically doing it without thinking. They're in the robot mode of just automatically doing shit. That was my childhood, bro. So I ended up watching this shit as a kid, and I remember a friend of mine actually discovered this, and what's crazy is he didn't give a fuck. He didn't give a fuck, which is crazy. That nigga still like fucked with me, and I was like, as a kid, I never thought about this, but whatever, right? Because he was supposed to jailbreak my phone. Oh shit, he was supposed to jailbreak my phone and that shit, my iPod, I mean, and it was all up there, and I was like, what the fuck? But yeah, bro, I was weird. I was a very, very weird child. Damn, nigga, is anybody gonna let me in? The fuck? Alright, bro. I'ma just drive all the way up. I just don't feel like cutting anybody off. That's the thing. I'm starting to get tired. My nose is on fire. Right? So, this is what I mean by, like, I had a really rough childhood. People used to look at me, oh, he has an Xbox, he has a phone, he has material items, he lives in a nice house. They didn't see the inside of the house, bro. The inside of the house was literally the worst shit ever for me and my condition and everything I was experiencing. My father being overly tough to where he don't realize his toughness has made him numb. I can't even have a real conversation with my father about anything. All he cares about is the Knicks. I don't give a fuck about the Knicks. I don't care about basketball. I don't care about any of this shit. And I was sacrificing myself. I've needed him for help this entire time. I've not been able to go to him. And I've been sacrificing myself just to try and be close to my father. Fuck all that. I'm letting go of you. I don't give a fuck, nigga. Father's Day. I don't care. I don't give a fuck about none of this shit, nigga. I got shit I gotta deal with that you not helping me with. So I gotta go do it. Nigga, the type of shit I survived in my childhood is crazy. Niggas used to always shun me and shit because I couldn't keep up with everybody. Yeah, nigga, because I had a fucking physical disease and I had all this neurological retarded shit. And I had no answer for it. Only thing I had to do was pretend it didn't exist. I didn't make it go away. All I did was mask the shit. So it made me retarded and I did a lot of stupid ass shit. Right? So I'm putting this here it's just further evidence, bro. It don't matter what you've been through. The universe, the earth, the ocean, nature, if you really got a purpose and you really trying to live right and do work and do good and make change in the world, it's gonna support you. And what I learned is, ooh, that's at State Park? Hold on, Flex, I'm about to go over there. And what I learned is, a lot of humans don't have the capacity to even hear what I've been through. I had to go through it. I had to go through it, dog. Years of no friends. Years watching weirdo porn, nigga. Years of going to the hospital, being in pain that you can't fathom, taking drugs, morphine, Percocet, Toradol, Motrin. I ain't have nobody to go to, nigga. And that's why I was always afraid, because, nigga, I could barely make friends off just having sickle cell, nigga. You think niggas wanted to be my friends off hearing all that? But I don't give a fuck. You know why? Because the earth still come to me, nigga. I'm gonna help heal you. I'm gonna help wash this out of you. You never gotta live on this type of bullshit again. And you could go into the world and show other motherfuckers, it don't matter what you've been through, you can heal. And you can overcome that shit, nigga. Universe giving you superpowers, nigga. What? What? The universe has seen what I've been through. I was having this thing where my intuition was showing me the difference between worthiness and deserving shit. You don't gotta you don't have to earn worthiness. Was it worthiness or deserving shit? It's supposed to be like that. You're alive. You're worthy because you're alive. So long I used to feel unlovable, nigga. I had all these problems that nobody was helping me with. And all it was doing was, because I wasn't acknowledging it and facing it, it just kept tearing me down into a deeper hole that just kept getting worse. And the only thing that I go to that has the capacity for me is the earth. The earth, the ocean. That's, I got you, bro. Okay, I need to turn around because I'm gonna take gas. Right? So, like, this is why, like, I come here and I say this, like, I'm not afraid to, like, talk about this shit. A lot of what porn is demons, bro. All that porn shit, nigga. There's another thing, bro. Like, if you ever heard of, like, hentai, right? If you ever actually look at, hentai means pervert, which is absolutely insane. Majority of animation has perverted shit in it, and they're sexualizing children, right? And that's what a lot of hentai is. I used to look at this like, this look weird. right? And then one day I realized, or I learned from somewhere, like, oh, this is them basically subconsciously trying to get you attracted to children. That's what it is. And you know what sucks? When you realize you've already watched a lot of that shit. Right? And I used to have this fear of like ever like admitting like, oh my God, that's what that shit is, bro. There's nothing around it. And I'm tired of sitting. Where am I? There's hella shit over here. There's probably a gas station. What road is it? Briar Creek? I'm all the way over here. That's where that leads to? Alright, this is perfect. I'm gonna go to the left. I didn't think that that's what that leads to. How did I get here? Now that I think about it. I just drove through that. I drove through... I don't know. I'll think about it afterwards, right? I quite literally have just come to like... You have to understand that these people are putting these things here on purpose in their programming. Now, as you could see, a nigga was retarded, and it goes so much deeper than this, right? This is why I'm not afraid to talk about this shit, because I understand it. It goes deeper than that. You watch porn takes your willpower away. And so, like, you'll know, like, oh, I can't watch this, and you'll have no willpower to stop yourself from watching what you're watching. And all it does is keep taking your willpower. You'll keep wanting to jack off, and you'll keep wanting to do this, and you'll have no willpower to stop you from doing what you're doing. You have to get away from all of that shit. That's why I had to get away from that girl. That girl carried an energy that when I was around her, I would immediately get horny. And I'm like, that's crazy. And the nigga I learned from, he said that shit. It wasn't as obvious at the time, but he said that shit. And like, he was like, you gotta stay away from any girl that make you feel that way. Any girl that make you feel horny off me and her, something's wrong with her and she got demons. It's that simple. Each other and, you know, that type of nature of things. I think that way it's very different. It's more so like jacking off drains you, whereas love making, sex and things of that nature actually like fills you up. But like, what is the word for that? It fills you up. Bro, I have been through so much that it's ridiculous. You think I had anybody to go to? I put this here because, one, I'm being guided to. The universe is saying, all right, you just went through all that. You made it out the mud, nigga. And I don't even like this term, but it's like you made it out the mud. You can show other people that they can do the same thing. This is one of the reasons why, like, I had to get away from her. As much as I loved my nigga and she was, like open to me expressing and she knew a lot of these things. And I was able to express these things with her. But the problem was, like, being around her, all I wanted to do was see her body naked. That's all I wanted to do. But I won't say all. I loved spending time with her. She was a genuine friend, a genuine best friend. But all I wanted to do was be naked. Let's engage in this. I want to jack off to, like, no. And the only way to get free of that is I had to get away from her. And I had to go back into meditation. I had to get away from everybody. I had to go back into meditation. I had to get back into nature. That's the only way to free myself from all this fuck shit. Right? So now here's another thing, because it goes deeper and deeper and deeper, bro. I dove so deep. Anyone that has sickle cell knows that nobody listens to the pain. I'm going to tell you, if you do have sickle cell and you ever hear this, it's because they don't have the capacity. Think about what we went through. You ever look at superheroes? Look at Jean Grey. Jean Grey got her powers because she killed her fucking mom, right? Or she experienced something so traumatic. That's why her capacity is so deep. Her power is so strong. If they're not experiencing this, they don't have the capacity. That's why they won't listen. It's a consciousness thing. That's what it comes from. That's why I dove deep, bro. You have to understand, they don't have the capacity. They didn't go through that. That's why they don't have the capacity. That's why they won't listen. You have to learn to help yourself. Go to the universe. Go to the universe. I'm telling you, that's the fucking answer, dog. It's the best thing you can do. Go to the universe. Right? But I learned also I could love everybody, right? So this was a feeling I've always had as a kid. I didn't really judge people like that. I had times, don't get me wrong, where I was a kid and I was like, oh, you know, get away from me or this, that, and the other. But I always had this feeling where what would happen is I could love you from a distance. But when you got too close to me, it became like I started enmeshing with you and I didn't like it. I didn't feel like myself anymore and I'd be like, get the fuck away from me. right? But I could love anybody because I know what I went through with sickle cell as a kid. I could love anybody because all I ever wanted was somebody to love me. Somebody to sit here and listen to this shit and understand what I went through and what I had to go through on a daily basis. So I really could love anybody because I know what it's like to be so fucked up and feel like nobody love you and nobody's willing to listen or have the capacity for you. I know what it's like. So I could love anybody. I don't care what you've done or what you've been through, nigga. The earth is showing me that we all have the capacity to come together. Now imagine if we all came together into the world and let go of our skeletons and let go of all this shit and came together and healed. We would change the entire planet. We would quite literally change the entire planet. So I'm not afraid to talk about this shit, right? And here's what you also have to know. Anybody trying to make fun of you, trying to talk down to you, this, that, and the other, they demons or they got demons. Because this is actually the type of energy we need. We so afraid of, I did this or I did that, that what we're doing is we're just fueling the fear. We're holding on to the fear. And that's controlling us. Whereas all you have to do is face the shit and let it the fuck go. And change your life. That's it. Get rid of anything that's bringing that type of energy into your life. I had to let go of my friend. I had to let go of my family. I had to let go of all these people because they don't understand that I'm so sensitive. Whatever demons and problems and energy you're carrying around, I'm absorbing that. And it's making me want to go do this so that I can get this shit off of me. Being around my family made me want to jack off because I was absorbing all of their emotional energy. And I would be so overwhelmed and the only thing that would make it go away was jacking off. But I was killing myself in the process. But they don't understand that. They don't understand I also had to deal with that and sickle cell attacks. I gotta turn this AC up, bro. It's hot as fuck. They don't understand that shit. So where does that leave me? To be out here sleeping at the Walmart fucking parking lot. To going into nature because it's the only thing. You feel certain things. You can't watch porn. You can't be indulgent in none of this shit, bro. And it's deeper than just, you watching porn. It's your environment making you feel like you need to do this. It's the people around you. Sometimes it's people around you that give off certain energy that you have to get away from. You have to. I'm not afraid to talk about the shit I've been through, nigga. The universe then came to me several times saying, you are a very important person and I have a very specific job for you. I have a very specific purpose for you. And it's someone that has the capacity to do this. To take your motherfucking mask off and show to the world that they could heal no matter what the fuck they've been through, nigga. I don't give a fuck what you've been through. As long as you're willing to do the work to heal, I don't care what you've been through. I don't care what you've done. Now, there's certain things that I think operate differently, right? I could kind of sense them. For example, I said like the hentai shit, that's really like, they're basically like putting children's faces on like adult bodies. That's fucking crazy. No one's speaking on it. Everyone's just paying a blind eye to the shit. That's not my role. My role is to speak on this shit, right? It's programming. So we need to be like, this shouldn't be free and so accessible. Not even accessible, it shouldn't exist, number one. Number two, what I'm trying to say is, it's so easy for children to see this shit because one, the anime community is being pushed on them. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of beauty in the animation community. And sometimes I think whatever the Asians went through and had to heal from, which is why they know so many healing techniques and shit, they clearly is being shown in their art. Which shows you can heal from anything, but it's absolutely fucking crazy that some of that shit is pushed to children into going into that porn shit, right? A lot of it is, right? And I think it needs to stop being normalized. It needs to be spoken on and changed. What was I gonna say? Damn, what was I gonna say? I kind of got that feeling. I think the difference with me, I know it's gonna sound crazy, I don't give a fuck, like anyone says. I think the difference with me is I've never actually, right? I didn't sit here and say, let me go look at this because it's it. No, I've never did that. My dumbass was fucking on this shit trying to find like, this is how deep into that was. I was like looking for, all right, this is an adult. Looks like an adult. All right, this is an adult. I'm good. instead of just absolutely running in the opposite direction because I was so deep in this shit. And that's the thing. Running in the absolute opposite direction doesn't always work, right? Because it's a pendulum. What happens with this is, and I already kind of explained it actually, is what happens is if you have a sacral chakra that absorbs the environment and the energy of those around you, it becomes insanely overactive. Alright, I need to get gas, hold on. What this can have an effect on you, it can affect you psychologically, it can affect you mentally and emotionally. I'll tell you why. I've been around specific people that carry certain energies. Oh wow, okay, I can't use the word. I don't want to use that word either because it paints a certain thing. Of niggas that's actually going into the world doing weird shit. Finding people or children and actually doing weird shit. Like actually, consciously, I'm gonna go do this and that. No, right? I've been in the world and I've been around people that give off that energy. And I used to run from it. I used to be like, oh, hell no, right? I had to learn what it is. What it was showing me was I was in an environment that was causing my sacral chakra to go on overload. So it was allowing me to have so much energy that I just was absorbing whatever. I don't know how to explain it fully, but I was absorbing whatever was around me. Now, what can happen with that is you have men who have been since they were a child have been taught you cannot express your emotions. When you don't express your emotions, that's why most men go bald. When you can't express your emotions, damn, I really need to get gas. When you can't express your emotions, you basically like hoard them, right? And when you hoard them, it creates a basically negative energy, right? Whereas you have energy that fills you and you have energy that drains you. It's like the Speed Force, where you have Barry Allen, who's part of the Speed Force that feeds everything, and you got this other nigga that's part of the negative Speed Force that drains everything, right? You have the Flash and negative Flash. I don't know what the fuck his name is, but instead of a red yellow suit, his suit is yellow red, right? And what this is and what this does is it basically is absorbing their life force. It's absorbing their life energy all the time because they're not expressing their emotions and they're just holding back. This goes back into saying we have to express the shit we've been through, because when you understand that there's a bigger plot here, someone is doing shit, someone's allowing this shit to happen, someone's been programming us all, we all speak English, we have no fucking memory of our fucking native tribes and languages and where we were living righteously and in tune with the earth, where we could actually talk with this living consciousness, right? Someone has done this to us. So, what was I saying? Right? You start to realize you don't need to blame yourself. You don't need to blame anybody for anything. There's no point. There's only one motherfucker I ever seen talk about this shit, and his name is Rashad Jamal. He the only person I ever seen talk about this shit. Aside from me, I never seen nobody ever talk about this shit. I was the only one that was like, yo, I was experiencing this shit, nigga. I was about to kill myself. I'm so serious. I was very close to killing myself because I thought I was a problem. I'm like, oh my God, like it's me. Like I was so deep. That woman is beautiful. Black women with locks just does something, right? Let me focus though. I thought it was me, nigga. I thought it was me. That's how much I was around people. And mind you, this is like people I was living with. I was absorbing so much of the energy, and I didn't have a defense for myself. That I was absorbing whatever, and that don't mean that they're this thing, right? It doesn't mean that. It means they're carrying energy, and they might not even be aware of this shit, dog. Like, that's how deep it goes. They might not even be aware of this shit. But because I'm so sensitive and aware, I start, like, picking they shit up. And if you're picking up, it means you're absorbing this shit, bro. Bro, I have the ability, right? That's one of my abilities. I have the ability to sense what energy I'm in, to sense where my energy's at, right? I can sense my chakras. I can sense all of this shit. I can sense what needs work, what needs cleansing, what needs this, that, and I can sense it. So what was happening is I could see, let's say third eye or my mind's eye, whatever. I could see what was going on there. I could see it. And because I was absorbing all this energy, I was mistaking it as it was me, bro. I was ready to kill myself. And my intuition wouldn't let me. My intuition actually would not let me kill myself. It literally wouldn't let me. And it was basically saying, like, you don't understand what's going on. You don't get it. So it's not you, bro. You're absorbing all these other people's energy, and it's making your sacral chakra go into overload. So you're going into, you gotta think, bro, how many older men do you walk past and you see them looking at young girls' butts? How often do you experience that? I know you've experienced it at least once in your life, right? I'm not saying you experience this shit every day, but I'm saying how many older gentlemen do you know are just perverts and we kind of just look the other way kind of shit, right? Now imagine having to absorb that energy. Imagine having to absorb walking past these old ass niggas who have never dealt with their emotions. They're just carrying it, and that's why it's killing them. Imagine that shit, nigga, and you're absorbing that shit. It is overcoming you. Because you become what you absorb. You become the environment, you become the people you're around. So my thing was trying to fight that shit. So as I was fighting that shit, I'm like, I'm not watching none of this shit. I'm not dealing with none of this. Da-da-da-da-da. And it doesn't mean that it was just going away because I decided, no. The only thing that made it go away was me getting the fuck away from these people and going so deep into nature that I was no longer connected with them like that. I was no longer enmeshed with them. There's the word I was looking for. Nigga, do you understand how, like, insane that could make somebody? My capacity is so deep, I overcame all this shit, dog, and I'm still trying to help the world. Fuck is you talking about, nigga? Right? My capacity is deep as fuck, bro. It's deep. Like, I was watching, basically my capacity is deep. It was on some, I'm a mix of Storm, Jean Grey, and the Halo girl. I used to be like, why is all these girls? But they always show, it's just the girls. It is what it is. I don't give a fuck. It is what it is. They power is hard as fuck anyway. What does it say? Office. Right? So, my thing is simply, I've had to go through a lot. And who do you think, that's childish. Oh, office park. Man, get this fuck shit. Alright. Man, nigga, are these all office parks? I should just, I'm like, alright, nigga, y'all ain't using these parks. I don't give a fuck what it say about no office park. Ain't nobody over here. Nigga. Get the fuck out of here. Right? So, again, man, my thing is, like, I don't have a fear when it comes to, like, admitting this shit anymore. I used to. But I realized there's lessons and learning and healing and everything. You can't just ignore this shit. It's meant for me to go into the world and talk about it. Because what's happening is, how many other people might experience the same thing and they think it's them. It's not them, bro. What happens is, it's like a spiritual disease, bro. And he said this too, the nigga I was learning from. It's like a spiritual disease. And he was basically saying I remember him saying there's almost nothing you could do to get rid of it. That's not true. That's actually not true. Because I got rid of that shit, right? I used to have that shit playing on my mind for so long. That's why I was so willing to kill myself, because I was like, I can't take this anymore. Like, I can't do this. Like, this is driving me insane. And the universe literally just showed me how to cleanse it. I know how to cleanse it. There's nothing that can't be broken. I think the only thing that would like solidify that shit, and even then I don't believe this either, I'm still in the process of, like, I don't know, is if my phone's kind of hot. It's not that hot. It's if you, how can I word this? Like, if you had a child, or if you stay with that person. If you stay with that person that's causing this, or if you don't find a way to cleanse that energy, then is where I'm like, all right, yeah, you'll be fucked if you don't get out of that. I'm gonna let you know. I found a way out of that shit. I know, but you know how I know too? Because the shit that I was seeing when I got away from all these people and I got in nature, it went away. That's how I knew it wasn't me, right? It started creating like this little weird feeling, right? And I was like, what the fuck is this shit? I got out in nature. And I stayed in nature. I stay at Walmart parking lot for a month if I have to, bitch. Fuck is you talking about, right? And I cleansed that shit. Now, the next part is you can't go back. right? So I'm kind of in a place where, like, I can't even go back home, nigga. I'm like, I gotta find somewhere to stay type shit, right? I'm just driving in my car, sleeping in my car, and I'm gonna stay this way. Because when I'm in my own energy, I naturally start to heal. Your body literally starts to heal. But you have to be spiritually in a clean, cleansed environment. You have to be in an environment where there's nothing bothering you. There's nothing in the way. The flow is open, and your spirit will show you exactly what you need to do to heal, to get away from everything, to go towards abundance. That's why I'm not afraid. I'm so deep with my intuition and the earth that I'm good. I don't have to do none of this regular life shit that people are doing. I quite literally don't have to, because I can literally sit here and talk with my intuition and spirit. That should be, oh yeah, go do this, go do that. Not with this regular life, nigga. All this regular life shit is slavery. There's nothing else. There's nothing around it. You're working for someone else that's is not in congruence with your soul. It's that simple. If it's not in congruence with your soul, you are a slave. Now, I understand it. Niggas have to survive, so I get it. But right now, that's not my path. And that's okay. Understand it. Some niggas' path might be they gotta go be a slave right now because they got a family to provide for. That's not my situation. So I don't gotta go do that. And I'm not going to go do that. So, you know, I'm like, where the fuck did this nigga... Hey, that nigga walk fast as hell. Right? So, my nose is killing me. Bro, my nose is like on fire right now. Jesus. Right? So, now, here's the thing, right? So, you see how I just spoke this out and I wasn't afraid and I just pushed through it and I spoke it out to you because I'm not afraid. I can feel intuitively I can do that. Now, here's the importance with doing this type of shit. You need to actually face yourself. You have to face yourself. Because if not, you'll keep all this shit tucked down and da-da-da-da-da. And what happens is baggage that gets in the way of you having clear, conscious connection with your soul and your intuition. You can't pretend like this didn't happen or you didn't experience it. It's not for that. You have to go higher. Understand there's always a bigger thing. There's always a higher thing that you can go to that's going to let you know how to heal or how to remove yourself for it, how to fix things. You have to go higher. It wasn't you, nigga. It never was, nigga. I spent months feeling like that shit was me, dog. Ready to kill myself, willing to kill myself, and it wasn't even me. That's why I'm putting this into the world. It's not you, nigga. It's literally not you, right? So what happens is you'll be around these people, right? You'll be around these people and they'll be carrying demons and shit, and you'll be enmeshed with them. And now you walking around with their energy that's been carrying demons and shit. And you can't afford that. You cannot, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't be around that. It's that simple. So, yeah, that's that. I don't know if there's anything else that I'm supposed to. Wow, this is probably why they limit like freedom of speech and the internet, because if we could all be like hyperly open, then like we would all heal. I could feel the healing right now, literally. I feel like I just dropped bags that I've been carrying for who knows how long, nigga. Oh, I hated all that shit. Trying to ignore shit, trying to like pretend like I didn't look at this. No, nigga, I'm tired of this shit. Nigga, shit, it needed to be healed. All I had to do was get the fuck away from everything. I started becoming all afraid of karma and this, that, and the other, and the whole time it wasn't my fucking energy, dog. Get the fuck away from it. And when you get away from these energies and you go in nature and you do this and you spend time with that, you clear all of your shit. You clear all of your karma, you clear everything, dog. And it's so beautiful that it's amazing, my nigga. It's quite literally amazing. And my allergies are going off right now. Jesus Christ. You know what this is too? It's because I'm back around just trees. I wasn't just around trees. I was around trees and other shit. It's just if you're inland. Wow. Okay. Alright. So that's where I come to say this. It's like, don't judge yourself. Don't judge yourself, nigga. How many people know they walking around carrying demons and weird energy and shit? Average person does not know that. Don't blame yourself for nothing, nigga. You think I'm gonna blame myself after what I had to go through in my childhood, nigga? Drinking toilet water, eating toilet paper, no friends. Nigga, I'm not blaming myself for nothing. Taking all type of drugs and being, I'm not blaming myself for anything, nigga. Knowing that this was done to our people. We're speaking English. Everything around us has been poisonous. From phones, to the car, to the house, to air conditioning, to the food they're experimenting on, the drugs they're giving us. They literally wiped our knowledge of our own people so that they could control us. I'm not blaming myself for anything. The only difference I would say, if I actually went out into this world and actually harmed someone, or if I went up there purposely looking for certain things, then I would say, all right, yeah. Damn, and even then my intuition is saying no. Oh, the second one. Okay, I was about to say. It's saying if you actually like go out in the world and harm someone, yeah, that's instant karma. And I don't know how the fuck you would clear that shit. Like, and I don't mean like someone. You get what I'm trying to say. Non-adults. That's fucking insane. That's fucking insane. Like, no. I'd kill myself. And that's the thing. That's another one of my like issues. Like, I'm very willing to kill myself before ever doing something like that. Like on some death before dishonor type shit. My intuition don't be letting me kill myself. Now here's the last thing I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna get gas. I gotta get out of here. It's making my allergies go crazy. This is why my fucking intuition was telling me to go to the ocean. I was sitting here trying to tell people that I had my allergies were going insane. Oh no. Man, I had enough of this shit. I'm gonna speak my truth, but I don't have to be disrespectful and rude to others and condescending. That shit is out, right? So I noticed being around the ocean, I didn't have this. I didn't have this feeling or need to sneeze or my nose feeling itchy. It's only when I left the ocean, which is crazy, right? But another thing that they don't tell you with sickle cell is that your organs and systems develop way later than everyone else's. Meaning, I used to feel like I was behind everyone, mentally, emotionally, physically. I used to feel like behind. Like, I used to feel hyperly childish than everyone that was around me. Everyone always felt more mature. And it's because niggas that have sickle cell, everything mature, everything grows delayed. I don't know the right words, but everything's delayed. Your maturity's delayed, right? Like, all these things have to develop. Children just don't come out the womb knowing, oh, I shouldn't touch fire. It's why you have children that touch fire and burn themselves, and they learn, all right, don't touch that fucking shit again. No, all this is delayed, right? I explain this very well. It's like if somebody goes into a coma, their body might keep growing, but their mind doesn't develop. So the motherfucker might have gone into a coma at 9 years old, come out at like 19. They still got the mind of a 9-year-old. This is what I'm trying to explain. Niggas is not operating on this type of thinking. They're just ignoring it. It doesn't make the problem go away. So what do you think happens when all of your organs, including your brain, develop slower and later than everyone? What the fuck do you think happens? You cannot process the world properly. So you end up experiencing a bunch of fuck shit. You do things that are childish, that you don't think through. You don't know how to operate fully as an adult. That's the point I'm trying to get across. And it's the same thing. Look at neurological issues. Look at people that have autism, or I guess you could throw Down syndrome, because Down syndrome is technically still a neurological issue. It's just a deeper neurological issue. People that have autism, these niggas struggle to take care of themselves, or they can't take care of themselves, or they look like fucking children, or they act like children, because their development is literally being blocked. Their nervous system is quite literally responsible for all development. It's responsible for all senses. If you have sickle cell, all of that shit develops way later than everyone. Nigga, and something I found out being in that community, niggas be like, yeah, everyone's sickle cell ages way slower than everyone. Niggas be like 35 and niggas think you 18. And it be like, that's actually kind of fire. I'm not gonna hold you, nigga. Hair, nigga. Black don't crack, nigga. Right? So it's like, that's fire. But when it comes to all this other neurological shit, and the nervous system, and your fucking organs, and all this shit not operating properly, there's a problem. It needs to be fixed. It needs to be not even just fixed, but like attended to, right? Like, I don't see how doctors can't. Let me not get too deep into this. I just think if you're a doctor, you should consciously be able, with all the shit you study, you should be consciously able to see that this is happening and how they would be affected. It's insane. And it means that whoever gave these doctors the book know and decided to, let's not pay this too much mind. But I'm gonna leave it there. So, yeah. Yeah, it's just a lot of childishness. It's a lot of childishness. And this is what I mean, bro. The earth has had capacity for me. The ocean, the universe. So I don't trip off nothing, my nigga. I have the power to turn all this negative and nonsense ass bullshit into something positive. Because I have that capacity. My capacity is super deep. Nigga, is my skin peeling? What the fuck is this? Right? Look at that. Shedding all this fuck shit, nigga. Right? So, yeah, man. It's really that simple. I didn't think I was going to go this deep today. But I think there's something else for me to go into. But alright, I'm going to get gas. Alright, I'm going to get gas and I'm going to come back. And I'll figure out what the fuck I'm doing.